What's good, folks? It's your boy Javi, and today is my 31st birthday. A lot of people been asking me, hey man, what do you want for your birthday? And I don't want nothing, to be honest with y'all. I just want to give back to the people. Like I've told y'all in my previous videos, I feel like God has put me on this earth to give. And I want to be able to give y'all a lot of wisdom that I've discovered over these last 30 years. Now, this video is going to be controversial. It's going to shake you a little bit. One thing that I've learned in my 30 years is things that make you uncomfortable are things that are going to make you grow. You go to the gym, you get up under that bench press on that squat rack, it's a little uncomfortable, ain't it? But guess what? You start growing. You get on that Stairmaster for 15 to 20 minutes. It's a little uncomfortable, but guess what? You're going to start growing. Your cardio is going to get better. So the things that I say in this video are not to rattle anyone, but it is to make you wake up to see what's going on. I'm seeing so many people around me and just around the world drained. You can tell the energy is drained. People are not on their true calling. They're not out on a mission. So that's why I wanted to make this video to share the wisdom that I picked up on over the last 30 years, especially in year number 30. It all clicked to me. The first one being is we're tying ourselves to too many possessions, okay? And what I mean by that is cars, houses, student loans, all these things, we're tying ourselves to it. They know they got us because they tie our egos to it. They make us consumers to it. And it's all materialism. And they tie them all together. So I'm going to tell you what I mean. A lot of y'all, you've been watching my videos back in September. I got fired from my job. Blessing. I'm glad it happened because now it's testing me. I have been asking God for it, for freedom, and now it's here. I still work, but I work when I want to work. But when I was on my way out, all my coworkers was like, man, they doing you wrong. I don't even want to be here no more. I'm ready to get out myself. And then one of my coworkers told me, well, bro, I can't do it really because I just got that new mortgage. I got that new house. I can't do it because I just bought my wife this new car. And it was probably a car that they couldn't really afford. So that's how the jobs get us. They tied us to these possessions, and you got to stay in that hamster wheel all the time. You got to keep going and keep going, keep going. And what I've told y'all, we're not taught what money is. Money is energy. So when you go in there and you're expending all this energy to get possessions that we can't take with us, with things that you can't afford, you're going to feel drained. And I see so many people feel drained and they feel like they have to be tied to these jobs. And every single day, especially me, I felt like my soul was being crushed because I didn't want to go into that job. I did it for the kids, but when it came down to it, I had to deal with so many people with egos. It felt like I was in high school again, and people just now had an enhanced ego and a title. And they felt like they could run you and tell you what to do. And that's like, no, that's not what this place is. And I think that's why I was never a fit. I was never a fit for that 9-to-5 life because it's just like, no, I'm not fitting into this box of what y'all trying to be on. And then I never tied myself to possessions. I still drive a 2004 Mitsubishi Outlander. This is the first car that I had. The wheels fall off, I put the wheels right back on this thing. Literally, if I have my problems, I'll fix it right back. But I haven't had too many problems with this car though, because I take good care of it though. So that's one of those things with possessions. A lot of times people always want the newest car. They want the newest things. But have y'all ever seen somebody, they'll pull up in a new car and they'll be like, dang, boy, that car nice. And they'll be like, well, you don't want the car payment, though. The car payment ain't nice. Most of those people are drained. They're drained. They're not going to tell you that behind closed doors, but they're doing whatever they can just to get that car to impress somebody else. All you need is something that's going to get you from A to B, because you can't take this car with you when this life is over with. We can't take these bodies with us when this life is over with, okay? Remember what I told you. We are spirits, so we can't take none of this with you. I even see people all the time on Facebook or anything, they got the keys. They're showing that they got a house. Oh, I'm a homeowner. No, you're not a homeowner yet. You still owe $400,000 on that house, okay? Just because you got the keys don't mean you're an owner. And even when you do pay it off, you got property taxes. So that's another thing. We got all these taxes and these things that are holding us down, and we stay in this hamster wheel all the time. And people are not happy, man. They're drained. I see it in their soul anytime I go to a store and everything. People ain't where they need to be. Number two, the information that we're receiving now is poison. So you know how if you put something in your body that's not supposed to be in there, or your body about to tell you because you about to throw it up, or it's going to go out another way, okay? It's the same exact thing with now this man versus woman narrative. I hate it. Men, we need women. Women, y'all need us, okay? The liberal versus conservative narrative, it's getting old. It's old. I'm going to tell y'all what liberal and conservative is. They shake hands behind closed doors on us, man. So when you put yourself in the box and say, hey, I'm Democrat, I'm Republican, and you stay in that box, y'all bickering amongst each other, okay? While the top 1% is sitting up here behind closed doors, high-fiving because they know they got us, bro. We need each other. okay? I don't care about your skin color, none of that stuff. What I tell you, we are spiritual beings. I used to participate in it all the time with the race thing. Hey, if you're white, Hispanic, black, whatever it might be, Asian, I care about you. You here for a reason, okay? You are important. Remember, these bodies are temporary. So if I'm basing something on skin color, I'm already losing the game. You're a spirit. I want to know where your spirit is at, okay? I don't care about your skin color. Who are you as a person? Can I sit down and chop it up with you and understand where you are from a spiritual standpoint, mental standpoint, and we can share this experience that God has put us on this earth for? I don't care about anything else. That's one of those distractions that they keep us in, of skin color, and then they tie it in with politics and the man versus woman narrative, and they got us. We're hooked to it. And a lot of people, y'all don't even realize y'all defend this system. Y'all defend this matrix that we're in. Man, quit defending it. Quit trying to sit up here and defend Trump. I seen him on the news the other day talking about groceries are at an all-time low. No, they're not, bro. Anytime I go into the store, I feel it. We all feel it. We're feeling it, man. And he'll sit up there and say, he'll say it. Don't think I'm on his side. I'm just on him. No, I'm not. The Democrats will say the same exact thing. They'll tell you, hey, we're about to make groceries cheaper. We're about to make them lower. No, you're not. Because anytime I go to the store, we're all feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, vote for me, and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And a lot of y'all get so caught up in it and not realizing that voting don't mean a thing. I think it did at one point, but man, they done changed the rules. They done moved the field goal post on us, and y'all ain't paying attention. It's an illusion that you have freedom in this country to go and vote and do your thing. Now, I know a lot of people be like, nah, black man, we fought to get that. We fought to get that right to vote. Listen here. If voting really mattered, they wouldn't let us come in there and just do the thing, okay? I'm telling you it don't. It's just Democrat and Republican is how they're going to make money in the next 4 to 8 years off of us. I know y'all watched that movie, my favorite movie of my 30 years of life, Bugs Life. Y'all remember when Hopper had came down there into the hole, the grasshoppers wasn't on what they were supposed to be on. It was getting a little too comfortable. And then he was just like, man, what y'all down here doing? He's like, man, those ants don't stand a chance. Well, that was a message right there. Hop get on top of the rocks that he had put down on them. And he said, look, if those ants ever realize that they outnumber us 100 to 1, there goes our way of life. And go watch that movie if you ain't never watched it, but that's a powerful message. We all need each other. Men, we need women. Women, y'all need us. We need each other, okay? God didn't put man above woman or woman above man. We both have things that we both need, and we're here, okay? And we both got things that we can present in this life and be of value. Two, the liberal versus Democrat stuff. Man, we be sitting up here thinking these politicians gonna save us and make the way of life cheaper. They're not. They're printing so much money, man, and that's causing that inflation. It don't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. They print so much money, and they telling us, hey, we understand things are high, and we're going to make it cheaper for you. But they're not going to sit up here and tell you how they're going to make it cheaper for you. They're going to keep putting money in your pocket, like the year 2000. They set up, 2020. They sat up there and they gave us a stimulus check. We spent it, but guess where that check went up to? To the top 1%. You spent it on Amazon. You spent it here, you spent it there. I spent mine on Bitcoin, and I had to understand what Bitcoin was, and it gave me freedom. And that's the reason why I like to talk free in these videos now. It's because I don't have to worry about money and worry about these politicians coming to save me. They're not coming to save us at all, okay? The third thing that I've been realizing in my last 30 years, and it really clicked in the year 30, is our school system. Okay, so when I had lost my job, one of the first things I went into doing was subbing. I said, I want to sub. And a lot of people thought, well, he needs income. No, I didn't need an income. I didn't need it at all. I was coming in there for an experiment. I had never been into the school system as an adult. I had grew up in it, K through 12, went through it at Mercer University. I said, this is my time to go here and see what are the kids like. Because I see the kids are kind of out of control right now. We've got a lot of behavior problems right now in the world. So I go in there, and one kid, he's sitting on the bleachers. I was doing a PE class. The first thing he asked me, what do you think about the Charlie Kirk situation? In all honesty, I told him I have no opinion on it because I never watched Charlie Kirk, okay? I used to see his videos pop up on my Instagram or TikTok page. I said I kept scrolling. I said that information, it just wasn't for me. The kid didn't say anything else. Kids are too political right now. I don't remember growing up that way with politics and everything controlling the kids' minds. Now we got these tablets and these phones in their hand. It's controlling them, okay? The other thing, I seen the teachers, they're drained. They're drained. The kids are drained. All these behavior problems. And I'm going to tell you why I think so. Teachers, y'all are very important. But the education system is flawed. A lot of people are going to tell you, hey, it's broken. No, the education system is not broken. It's designed and it's working the way that it's supposed to be working. After so many years of life and getting out here being an adult, they're teaching us information that we're not going to use. Remember what I just told you. If it's if it's stuff that we put in our body, we throw it up. Well, if you got kids out here learning information they're not going to use and it don't make them feel appreciated, we're going to have these behavioral problems, okay? We're going to have these kids acting out. Teachers, you're going to feel drained. You're not picking what curriculum you're going to teach these kids, okay? I'm not picking at y'all. We need y'all educators. But what I am saying is the government is the one that picks curriculum. They're not going to give us the blueprint. They're giving us the wrong play in the huddle, and we get out here and we follow it. We get out here and we're going to run the play that done gave us. And then when we don't score, we were like, wait a minute. Why we didn't score? We called this play in the huddle. It's the wrong play. They give us the wrong play in school. I really, truly think by 6th grade, you got your basic math and everything that you need. I never used Pythagorean theorem a day in my life out here in this adulthood. I haven't. It's so much information that you're just sitting there and you're consuming. You're just memorizing this information. And then when you get out here in this adulthood, you think, oh, my baby being on the honor roll and all this kind of stuff is going to save them. And that's another thing they get us with, too, is they tie our egos to these universities, these schools, and honor roll and all that kind of stuff. Oh, my baby did this, my baby did that. We know something is wrong. Yes, your baby made that honor roll. I made it when I was a kid, too, but it don't mean a hill of beans out here in this world. I'm telling you. That's one of those things they use to keep us trapped. It's the fake accomplishment or something. I think that's why a lot of people want to flash out cars, clothes, houses. Sometimes people even go have kids because they just want to hear congratulations on something. We have to start getting back to being where we're teaching values and principles. That has went out the window, I think, when social media started coming around. The principles are going downhill. I hear people sitting up here talking about all kind of social media trends, and they live by them. And they're depleted, they're drained, because that's not the information that God wanted us to have inside of us, okay? So my educators, my coaches, and everybody, we got to get back to teaching these kids the true information that they're going to use in this real life. Stuff that's being taught in school, they're not using. So they're going to throw it up. I think that's why we got so many behavior problems in these schools. The kids are going crazy, and the parents don't know what to do with them. They're self-diagnosing kids with ADHD, depression, and all that kind of stuff. Now, let me pause right here. Those 3 things that I just said, those 3 diagnoses, let me go back to that book, In This Present Darkness, that I was telling y'all about. In that book, you had all kind of demons latching themselves onto people, and they had names: depression, anxiety, all those different things. Now, this is really going to get controversial. Some people are like, man, you talking crazy. No, those were demons latching themselves onto people. And when they did, it made those people not feel the way that they needed. But to get those things off of them, they needed prayer. So in the book, when they prayed, those things released off of them. They got up off of them and they felt more free. They were able to think and move around the way that they needed to do. Well, now if we're sitting up here giving these kids self-diagnosis and they doing it themselves, hey, my kid's depressed. My kid has ADHD. They're ADD. We're literally putting latches, chains onto our kids and weighing them down, okay? We can't keep doing that. And that's why we got so many behavioral problems. And the kids will stay stuck in there, and it feels like an excuse for them to act the way that they're acting. We got to get back out here and start giving true information to these kids, because they lost. They really, really lost. I'm going to give y'all one story, one of my favorite stories of my 30s, though, that goes to all 3 of those things that I just said. So the people that know me, you know I used to run sports leagues, okay? So when I used to run sports leagues, I would love to, 1, get me a team to coach. The reason I did that, I wanted to see how my league was running. Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Is it something that I could fix to make the experience better for the kids the next year? 2, I told y'all I'm on this earth to give. So I wanted to give. It didn't matter about wins. I didn't care about making it to the championship game in my own league. If those kids lost every game, but they understood what teamwork and friendship was and how to communicate, I won. They won. Parents, y'all won. Everybody just won together, okay? So I had a kid. I'm going to say his name. Because me and him, we still tight, and we talk every single day. At the time, he was 10 years old. His name was Noel, and Noel used to smoke, okay? He was 10 years old, he was smoking. I'm going to tell you why. His mama used to take him around the environment where it was, okay? So she's taking him around this environment where the trees were, and he's using them. And then she would be like, well, I don't understand why my kid is doing this, why he's bad in school. Go back to what I was just saying. Parents, you're taking your kid around those things that are going to latch onto him and weigh him down. And now he was acting out in school, wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. All right. So I had made a mistake. Well, I thought it was a mistake at the time. I put him on a team, put him on 2 teams. I put him on my team and I put him on another team. And it was by accident. So he came to my practice on like a Monday. I didn't even really recognize the kid because I didn't know him. He came through cool. Well, the other team, I had him on practice on a Wednesday. He went to that practice. And when I caught the mistake, I called him on real fast and said, hey, I just realized I made a mistake. I just put him on 2 separate teams, okay? I didn't mean to do that. I said, let me know which day works better for you. Let me know which coach you think is better for your son. I heard, he's going through XYZ in school and not having that father figure around. Let me know how I can support you and get your kid to where he needs to be. All right. So little did I know, when I had called on that Wednesday night and realized my mistake, the little boy was in the back seat. He had just got done with practice. And I said, all right, mama, just let me know what team you want to be on. And then the little boy, I didn't realize it was on the Bluetooth in the car. He said, I want to come and play with you. And those words, it made something in my spirit just feel like, whoa, he was in the car the whole time. I'm going to be honest with y'all. At that time, I was trying to avoid an assignment that God had given me. I was like, man, who am I to sit up there and be able to give the knowledge that this kid needs to be successful? I said, it ain't built for me. And when he had said that, he was just like, I want to come and play with you. I said, this kid see something in me. That was God speaking. So I used to, in my 30 years, one of the valuable lessons, I used to hear people say all the time, God was talking to me. God was saying this. I'm like, man, y'all crazy. I'm going to tell you what I feel when God is speaking to me. I feel it in my spirit, and then it leads to a thought. And when it leads to that thought, I know it's not one of my own. I know it's from the Most High. I know it's coming from God, and it's like, okay, lock in. For you, it might be that gut feeling that you feel all the time. That's God, and it's going to lead to a thought. And then, you'll know where it come from. But when he had said that with his mom in the car, I was like, whoa. So when I got off the phone, I was excited about it. But I was nervous too. I was like, man, God, what in the world did I just get assigned? And God put a feeling in me and just like, you can do it. I have given you a task and I want you to take care of it. Throughout that whole season, like I said, the boy used to smoke. So he come into practice high. He might come into practice high, not doing the things that he's supposed to be on. And it was a tough season. It made me take all the wisdom that I had learned in my 30 years and really test him and really get the love that he needed and tell him, hey, you're important. Everybody was sitting up there because the boy was athletic and saying, hey, man, he can ball, he can do this. But he was so much more than that. And I had to speak life and love into him, and that's what he needed. He was acting out in school because that was information that he didn't need. He was acting out everywhere else because people wouldn't give him the true information that was going to stay within. Remember, like I told you, if you don't have the true information, the true nutrients that you need, you're going to throw it up. And that's what was going on. So I started showing him love. He ended up becoming the MVP of the league, made the all-star team, and I'm still proud of that kid to this day. Was that story about me? No. It was about that we need to start back giving. We're not giving the proper information, and we're not giving the proper nutrients to these kids. We're putting phones in their hand, and we're letting social media run the world. And we're sitting up here trying to put ourselves in boxes and tell kids, hey, be Democrat, be Republican. We got to get away from that. Be this, be that. Look at their skin color. Judge them on this, baby. Man, that stuff don't matter. It don't matter at the end of the day. We're all spirits, and I care about people. We got to get more people caring about people. So my educators, my coaches continue to give back to people, but realize that the system that we're in is flawed. The matrix, it's working the way it's supposed to work, but that's not the information that we need to make us successful. So, like I said, I lumped a lot of stuff into one video. I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm going to get better quality on them. I'm about to get me a camera and start taking it to the next level. Today is my 31st birthday, and I just wanted to share with y'all some wisdom. We got to quit tying ourselves to these possessions. The more we do it, the more we got to stay on that hamster wheel and work. You probably won't retire until you're 70 years old with that system. Life is about experiences. Get out here and experience life with the people that you love and the people you care about, okay? And if you got a grudge against somebody, move that on, because life is too short for all that. And remember, time is your most valuable asset. 2, we got to quit taking all this poison in that is not supposed to be inside us. Consuming what you see on these screens, and man versus woman, we need each other. We need each other. We got to start getting back to learning what love is. Nobody really taught us what love is. Let's start learning proper love and start teaching it not only to ourselves, but to the kids. They need it, because one day they're going to be husbands and wives, and they're both going to need each other. Quit trying to pit us against each other. Number 3, our school system. I love y'all and everything. I got a lot of friends that work in the education system, but that blueprint is not for us. The government is giving us that information and making us run off that playbook. Then we get out here and we try to run the plays. It ain't working for us, okay? That stuff right there is to keep us stuck. I remember when I was in school, they said, hey, all the kids here are going to graduate from high school, ready for work or ready for college. Both of those things are traps. And everybody in that room was clapping at my graduation when they said it. They're both traps, and they're keeping our kids behind because one, you either gonna be in debt, or you on that hamster wheel trying to get possessions and try to show off to people with the Nike logos and things like that don't mean a hill of beans. And I think, this is the last time I say, I think the Christmas holiday is really what trains our kids to see that. We give them possessions. You know, logos. If you notice me, I don't have no logos on me. I love to be free. I don't care about no Polo, no Nike, or anything on, because the more you do that, you're tied to a brand. And you're tied to that brand, you're going to keep standing at hamster wheel trying to go work for it and tie yourself to it. New cars, I don't care about new cars. I've been having this same car, this 2004 Mitsubishi Outlander, get me from A to B. Do I want that new Audi RS7? Yes. But when I get to a point where I can take money that goes and works for me and bring me more dollars back, then I'll go get that Audi. I'm not going to take my time, my most valuable asset, and stay on the hamster wheel to try to go get the Audi just to go impress somebody. No, I don't want to do that. So we just got to get back to being who we are. I think the world has gotten to making us live a life that wasn't meant for us. And a lot of people are miserable right now. A lot of people are down. I'm not trying to use this video to make it seem like I'm up and everybody's down. I've had my times too. But we just got to get back to true life. We're not living the way that God had put us on this earth to live. So we got to tap back in. We got too much information that we're putting into our mind that's not of us, it's of the enemy. So we got to start breaking free of this matrix that we're in. Start thinking freely. And when you do, life is such a beautiful thing. So y'all stay encouraged. I want to just give back some wisdom to y'all on his 31st birthday. I felt like last night when the clock hit 12 o'clock, God had spoke to me and said, hey, this 30 years completed. And I wanted you to share this message with the people, and I'm sharing it with y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are great. I don't know a lot of y'all on here, but take this message and just listen to what I'm saying. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video. Growth is what's going to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy. So anything I said in this video is not to attack what you might be trying to protect. Understand that they get us to protect the system sometimes, and we'll fight for celebrities and stuff that we don't know. Let that go. Those are chains that you're putting on yourself that are going to tie you down. It's almost like slavery never ended. All it did was just change forms. You're putting them chains on you and you feel weighted. Take them off. Breathe for a minute. Break one link in that chain, and then the other ones are easy to get up out of there. So you got to stop tying yourself to so many things that God did not put you on this earth to be tied to. All right, people. I'm going to continue to make these videos. Next time y'all see me, I might have a better setup. Might get me a new camera pretty soon and a little backdrop and everything. And I'm going to continue to share information that the people need and not the information that is poisoning our minds and making us drift in life. Peace out, y'all. 31st birthday. I appreciate all the birthday wishes, and I wish y'all the best.